Let me save you from a mistake that makes C-section recovery harder than it needs to be. Do not sit up straight from bed. That move is basically a crunch after abdominal surgery. And it's exactly why so many moms feel that sharp pulling pain, get scared to move, and then spend the whole day avoiding getting up. I'm going to show you the safe way to get up step by step so your belly isn't doing all the work. And you can move without feeling like you're going to regret it for the next 6 hours. Also, I'll explain why it works because once you understand the why, you'll trust your body again. If you want a simple day by day guide for your first 3 days at home, grab my free first 72 hours home plan inside my resource hub. The link is below. Hi, I'm Cherry, a certified maternal and newborn nurse with over 25 years of helping moms like you. And I am here to help you heal physically, feel emotionally seen, and rebuild your strength during the fourth trimester. Let's talk about the biggest mistake I see after a C-section. Most people try to sit straight up out of bed. That is basically a crunch. And right now, your body is not interested in any crunches. Not even a little. That move spikes the pulling pain across your belly. And it can make you feel shaky and scared to try again. We are going to switch to a method that protects your incision area and distributes the work to stronger muscles that can help you. It's called the side roll method. Some people call it a log roll. I call it the I'm not doing sit-ups after surgery method. It's simple, it's safe, and the first few times, it might feel awkward. Before you move, I want you to do one thing that sounds too basic to matter, but it actually matters. Exhale. When moms brace for pain, they hold their breath. And when you hold your breath, your belly tightens like it's preparing for impact. Take a slow breath in, then let it out deliberately. You're telling your body, we are not panicking, we are moving. Now, bend your knees slightly. You don't have to pull your knees up to your chest, just enough so your legs can move together. Then roll to your side towards the edge of the bed. And here is the key. Keep your shoulders and your hips moving together. You're not twisting your torso. Once you're on your side, this is the part that changes everything. Use your arms to push your upper body up while your legs gently drop off the bed. Your arms do the heavy lifting. Your legs help counterbalance. And your belly gets to stay quiet. You are not pulling yourself up through your core. You're transferring the effort to places that can handle it. When you sit, pause for just 2 seconds. A lot of moms feel lightheaded when they sit up quickly after surgery, especially if you're tired, not fully hydrated, or you've been lying down a lot. So give your body a second chance to catch up. Then scoot to the edge. Place both feet flat on the floor, lean slightly forward, and stand using your legs. Think, legs do the work. If you need a simple cue, bring your nose forward over your toes and push through your feet. That gets you up without asking your belly to do the job. Now, let me add the one small trick that makes this feel more secure. Keep a firm pillow nearby and hug it gently against your belly when you roll and when you stand. You're not squeezing it like a stress ball. You're just giving support to a tender area. It can also help when you cough, laugh, or sneeze. And yes, sneezing after a C-section is just rude. Here's why this method works. After your C-section, your abdominal wall has been cut and repaired. That area is healing but remains swollen and sensitive. When you sit upright, you increase pressure on your abdomen and pull on muscles that are already irritated. That's where that sharp pulling feeling comes from. But when you roll to your side and use your arms and legs, You spread the effort out and reduce strain on the healing area. You're moving in a way that supports healing instead of fighting it. Now, let's make these in real life because bed height and furniture can make this either easy or miserable. If your bed is very low or your couch swallows you and you have to climb out of it, set yourself up with what I call a helper surface, a sturdy chair next to the bed, or a firm pillow behind your back when you're sitting. Something that gives you support so you're not fighting soft, low furniture while you're healing. Right now, your body doesn't need extra challenges. Your body already has a full-time job. Here's a key safety tip if you're alone and concerned about standing while holding your baby. Stand first, then pick the baby up. I know it feels faster to scoop a baby while you're still sitting, but that's when moms twist, strain, and lose balance. So, put baby in a safe spot, a bassinet, crib, safe sleep space. Get yourself up using the method we just practiced, and then lift the baby with both arms close to your body. Think hug baby in, not reach and lift away from you. If you do have a partner or a support person, be specific. Don't say, help me tonight, because that turns into questions and confusions. Say, can you bring the baby to me for feeds? Or can you handle diaper changes while I get up? Specific requests gets you real help. Vague requests turns you into the manager of the household. And you are off duty from managing anything right now. Quick reminder before we move on. If you want my printable day-by-day checklist for the first 3 days at home, it's free in my resource hub. Now, 2 safety notes, because I'm not only trying to get you moving, I want you safe. First, pain medication is not a moral test. If your discharge instructions include scheduled medications, take them as directed. Don't wait until the pain is bad, because severe pain makes movement harder, and avoiding movement can slow recovery. The goal is not to be pain-free. The goal is to be comfortable enough to move safely and rest. Second, pay attention to red flags when you stand. If you feel faint, sit right back down. If you have new chest pain, trouble breathing, or one leg that becomes suddenly swollen, warm, and painful, don't wait. Get help right away. If you're in the United States, call your OB office or postpartum triage line and say, I'm whatever weeks you are postpartum and I had a C-section. So you get routed correctly. If you want the printable day-by-day guide for the first 3 days at home, grab the free first 72 hours home plan in my resource hub right below. If you want the full step-by-step roadmap for the days and weeks after a C-section, what to do, what to watch for, and how to recover with confidence, my Strong Start C-section recovery kit is linked there too. All right, quick recap. Don't sit straight up. Exhale, bend your knees, roll to your side, push up with your arms while your legs drop off the bed. Pause, then stand using your legs. Hug a pillow for support if needed. That's your safe, repeatable method. Now, practice it once today. Just one clean rep, so your body remembers it the next time you wake up sore and need to move quickly. Next, I'm posting a video on gas pain and constipation after a C-section and what to do to avoid it. So, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. I'm Cherry, and I will see you in the next one.